Numbers, chapter 1. Census time. Numbers promises to be just about as tedious as Leviticus. We eventually get to some nice slaughters. First, there must be another census taking. For names and numbers, you will have to refer to the original. They don't really help the story much. They tell us that this census happened 2 years, 2 months after leaving Egypt. There is little to suggest the Hebrews did all their breeding in Egypt, and there has been no evidence that there was a wandering tent city of herders of millions in any desert. The story was most likely written in Babylon, and maybe the Hebrews were slaves there. Your narrator doubts it. Your narrator is inclined to think that they were the ruling class. How did Paul say it? We act as though we have nothing, but we own everything. There were certainly slaves in Babylon. Slaves have been almost everywhere. It wasn't too long ago that the southern states of the USA were full of slaves, and that was after a grand genocide of many nations. So there is enough truth in the atrocities of the Torah, even if the details are way off. So there are, like the Mormons, astrological signs and eggs in America, 12 overfathers, the 12 ancestral houses, listed by names. Joseph, the first son from Jacob's favorite wife, had 2 head sons, 2 ancestral houses. The Levites were the chosen of the chosen race, the animals on the farm more equal, war pigs. So they were the 13th house, the house, holy house in the middle. In this book it is maybe Saturn they refer to. In Christianity the sun is the 13th house, or in the 13th house. 12 houses around the Holy One, the Son of God. So anyway, each son has anywhere from 32,000 to 63,000 male over age 20 who could bear arms. There is no mention of iron or steel yet, so we might still be in the Bronze Age. Egypt has metal furnaces, they refer to. Sharpened bone is also good to slice your enemy, and they had much of that. Bows and arrows work well. Spears are good, and 603,555 soldiers are also good. They also had fire to fight their enemies. Lots of animal fat to burn. Verse 49. Do not on any account enroll the tribe of Levi or take a census of them with the Israelites. At least not till next chapter. Only the Levites were holy enough to take care of the holy tent of blood sacrifices. Anyone not Levite who got close to the tent was put to death. Verse 51. Any outsider who encroaches shall be put to death. Well, there isn't much in that, so I think we're just going to leave it. But wait a minute. We're going to mention the fact that these books, these religious books, are very much, the framework is astrology, and you can see that over and over. Pornography is a little harder to see, but you can see that once in a while, if you're looking for it. I think one of the nice things about the Torah is it's so written that you can find almost anything if you're looking for it. But then again, maybe there's nothing in it. So it's like looking into the sky and trying to figure out what signs there are. There aren't any. I mean, imagine if you look at the stars today, would you see, what do they got? Sheeps and bulls, and or a ram is a bull, and a ram is a sheep. I mean, the animals that were important back then. Now you would maybe see a dog, if you looked up in the sky, or a cat, or maybe a bunny. A refrigerator, a machine gun, for sure you'd find machine guns. Tanks. What are important to us now? Tanks, machine guns, handies, television. I'm sure if you look in the sky you'd find a television. You just make it up. I mean, there's billions and billions of stars, so draw the lines anywhere. But it doesn't mean anything.